If your liver gets ruined, game over. What foods ruin your liver? What meals are you consuming that completely destroy function, detoxification, and digestion? From your poor liver, what are the foods you consume daily, like cereals, fats, dairy products, and sugar, that are probably destroying your health? So in today's video, what are the most dangerous foods you might be consuming for your liver to function and not start deteriorating completely? A warm greeting to everyone. Dr. Agustin Landivar, naturopath, acupuncturist, conventional doctor, and founder of drlandivar.com. On this channel, as a conventional doctor, I treat my patients through natural medicine, homeopathy, and acupuncture before resorting to pharmaceutical drugs. So if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing and press the bell below to receive notifications and be the first to see the new video. If you need an online consultation or quality supplements for your health, visit drlandivar.com. And stay until the end of the video, where I will give you tips and related videos on this topic. The liver that all of us carry is extremely important for our health. That liver you have in your body is responsible for digesting your food, detoxifying your meals, ensuring the production of healthy blood, clotting factors, cholesterol factors, triglycerides, the control of bile, the gallbladder, and more than 500 functions in the body. This is why I say at the beginning that if your liver gets damaged, it's completely game over. Everything is finished because the body won't be able to respond. You'll quickly get sick from diseases and conditions like diabetes, insulin resistance, digestion problems, inflammation, bloating, general discomfort, and even hormonal issues. But what are those foods that you should avoid? What are the foods that harm your liver the most? How can you stay away from them to stay healthy, not only with the liver, but also with many of the diseases that you will probably end up suffering from? So in the video, you will see which foods are the most dangerous for your liver and how to keep it healthy naturally and effectively. Number 1, the well-known fat. Stop consuming fat every day, and many times we would think that the fat consumption we have is minimal, that it probably does not harm us, and that we naturally should consume everything we see available in a supermarket. If you see something packaged, canned, jarred, it is most likely that it contains absurd amounts of fat. Cold cuts, sausages, foods that come fried, packaged, canned have an absurd amount of fat. All those foods that come stuffed and prepared are actually waste from everything that is not sold as meat, from what has to be formed into sausage. To prevent the company from losing money, they are feeding you all the fat you can imagine, and you eat it as if it's something tasty, when in reality, it's completely destroying your liver. So avoid fats. Avoid anything with too much cholesterol, because the first organ to suffer will definitely be your liver. If you need quality supplements that can help keep this liver healthy, well-functioning, and in good condition, look for Kolopgon, Fistolessence, and Hepaclean from Finland at drlandivar.com. Number 2, wheat and bread. In quantity. I often hear people say that they eat a little bread for breakfast, and that's fine, but when a person has a mid-morning snack with an omelet, later some wheat, and then in the afternoon a few cookies, a bit more wheat, the thing obviously becomes a bit more complicated. The liver digested bread at 8 in the morning, then at 10, then at lunch, at dinner, in the mid-afternoon. And obviously that poor liver, instead of digesting foods, vegetables, fruits, and healthy meals, is filling up with carbohydrates, fat, and sugar that it can no longer control. And that's when you start adding more sugar, jam, coffee, fat, and fried foods. Of course, the liver reaches a point where it can't tolerate it anymore. If you need quality supplements to reduce liver fat, lose weight, help burn fat, and make this liver respond, look for the Figure Riser, the Garcinia HCA 100%, and the Thisto Essence from Finland at drlandivar.com. Number 3, excess protein. The daily protein properly measured and obviously healthy is normal and something we should all have. The problem starts when we add an excessive amount of chicken, meat, fish, and all types of foods that are ultimately heavy to digest. Proteins, in this case meats, what often comes even in beans, is heavy for digestion, and the liver, after absorbing it, will also have to deal with all those ingredients: fat, protein, carbohydrates. All this is the first thing that will cause you a health problem, that will damage your liver, and that will inevitably make you sick. If you need quality supplements for this purpose, look for Kolapgon, Hepaclean, and Thisto Essence from Finland at drlandivar.com. Number 4, be careful with dairy. At first glance, dairy products might seem harmless, healthy foods full of vitality, but in reality they are full of inflammation. Milk that is produced for a calf is not and should not be consumed by a human who is 30, 40, or 50 years old. The liver becomes inflamed. The fat in dairy products like yogurt, cheese, and ice cream will obviously end up affecting liver health. The liver that has to detoxify, that has to metabolize all those fats, dairies, and inflammatory foods. Number 5, the famous alcohol. Alcohol is already recommended by doctors over and over again. If you want to avoid liver damage, cirrhosis, fatty liver, you have to stop consuming alcohol. Alcohol raises your sugar levels, damages brain cells, liver cells, and causes poor circulation in the human body. Inevitably, if one does not take care, they may encounter more serious problems like diabetes, cholesterol issues, or cirrhosis if you don't take note of it. Be very careful with alcohol, and be very cautious with foods that contain fermented ingredients in any form. Wine is healthy to a certain extent. Liquors can be an appetizer from time to time, but they cannot be an everyday thing because your liver obviously will not be able to tolerate it. Number 6, the abuse of sugar fills you with fat. Anything sugary can help accumulate in the body as fat stored for a time of need. The liver is an organ that always keeps something the body can use like a toolbox when needed. If you are consuming a lot of sugar, it will turn into fat. That fat will cause a fatty liver. And that fatty liver, if you don't take care, can later cause a problem of cirrhosis, a problem of poor metabolism, poor detoxification, and when you realize it, you will have a serious health problem. Be very careful with sugar, with being overweight, with the fat you are storing, because at some point the body won't be able to tolerate it. Number 7, too much salt. If there's too much salt in the body, like sugar, you will have a health issue. Excess salt retains fluid. Retained fluid causes poor circulation. Poor circulation can lead to a kidney problem, a digestive issue, blocked digestion, a liver problem. If the fluids do not circulate, if the blood is not detoxified, if you are swollen, full of water that you should eliminate, your liver will not be able to function. If you need quality supplements that can eliminate, detoxify, and help your body react, look for Essence, Thisto Essence, Hepaclean, and Kolapgon from Finland at drlandivar.com. And don't forget to like it by sharing it with your friend who is under this topic. If you have any questions or doubts, leave your comment below, and I will gladly answer it. If you need quality supplements for your health or an online consultation, visit drlandivar.com, and right here in the